I was with Cole for 5 years at Troy Lee Designs, and then when he transitioned over here to Honda, I had the opportunity to come with him. So it was really cool to be able to have the opportunity to come over and work with him here with these guys, and it was an easy transition since he had filled in the past. So I knew the guys, it was a good group of people, got to learn a lot of different things we have for the bike than I could get at Troy Lee Designs. We were fairly limited there with what we could test. So here it's a really cool opportunity, like I said, and to learn and see different things. It's been really good. Cole, as far as like a test rider, he's always been very, very good in Supercross as far as the feeling that he knows that he wants and telling us how to get that feeling. And then coming onto the 450, it was a little bit tough in the beginning as far as knowing what he wanted for power and how much he could handle. So as the season progressed, we kind of also moved up with power and stuff. His speed and everything else progressed, and you know, he wanted a little bit more bottom or stuff like that. So he's still a really good tester. I think he's still improving from where he was, but as far as Supercross goes, he can tell you what he wants, and when we get it there, you know, he knows. Outdoors, still a learning process. Like I said, at Troy Lee, we didn't have a ton of options, so it wasn't a lot of testing. So that's still a learning curve. Unfortunately, it got cut short this year. So it's always going to be, you know, growing as far as that goes. Cole's set up in Supercross compared to outdoors. Like I said, in Supercross, as we progressed, he wanted more and more power, but in Supercross, he really likes a lot of bottom. You know, he's a really smooth rider, so when he wants the power, he wants it, you know, mainly on the bottom, not so much on top. Where in outdoors, he doesn't want it to hit too hard. He wants to be able to ride the bike more in like the mid-range and have more control with the bottom end. So a little bit of a difference there. He's not an aggressive rider, so as far as top end goes and the over rev, he's never been too picky on that kind of stuff. As far as Cole being a picky rider, he's fairly simple to work for. He's got a couple things that he's picky about, like you got to have grip donuts, and if they start getting wore out, I got to put new ones on, and just small stuff. But levers, he's getting pickier the older he gets. He's kind of picky with that, but nothing too special. I mean, I can set up his bars and levers most of the time, and he won't move them from where I set them, which goes with working for him for a long time. I just kind of know where he prefers stuff. So I guess I'm pretty lucky. He never really complains too much. I guess the thing I enjoy the most on our bike is the front caliper. We're able to polish it up a little bit. I mean, you can get really crazy and get it real shiny, but it's always nice to clean it up every race, and that's one thing that just really sticks out when you look at the bike, and you know, everybody says something about it, and I just think it's a pretty cool thing that we have on there. The other thing that makes the bike for me is when you put a new head pipe on. There's nothing that makes a motorcycle complete like a new head pipe does. Yeah, so as I mentioned, at Honda we do have a lot of options for many different things, but for Cole, like I said, he's not picky, so from our base package that we had for him, he hasn't tried much different stuff because he was really comfortable with what he was running, and he's the type of guy that just, if he likes it and he knows what the motorcycle is going to do, he wants to keep it that way. And you know, the guys at Honda aren't going to push him to change that at all. So we haven't explored all the options that we have with him, but just because he's not a picky guy, I guess.